everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to another episode of the Gibraltar Challenge. Now, we've done quite a lot since the last time I saw you. As you can see, we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. Yeah, 9 games altogether. It's been a bit of a chunk of games, but I want to try and get the season a bit of a chunk through so we can see what we got left. Right, let's go through some of these games. Right, the one after the one I saw you for last time, of course, we saw that one. Okay, so it was this game against Olympique, and it was a goal from Steve Cooper in the 49th minute, which got us the victory. Steve Cooper also getting the man of the match in that one as well. If I remember correctly, it was a lucky goal. I think the ball actually got kicked against him and bounced in from a corner, so it was I'm not complaining, it was a great win for us. Then we went on to face Lions away from home. We beat them 1-0. A goal from Neil Montegriffo in the 41st minute, and he was also the man of the match for that one as well. As you can see, not a lot of goals. That's always been a worry for me in this game. We don't seem to get a lot of goals. The game against Europa FC, one of our biggest championship rivals from last year, Montegriffo and Michael Luke were the goals. Montegriffo again getting the man of the match, so he's been doing pretty well at this point in time. Then we lost 1-0 to Lincoln Red Imps. Not a very good result for us. A goal for Vedad Zafik. He did well against us last season actually as well. Then we went on to face off against Lynx, and 2 goals from Isaac Cortez as we took the lead. They got one back, then we got the win in the 82nd minute from Isaac Cortez. Great team knocking in a few goals. Then we played Manchester 62, the team that is our bogey team really in this career mode. We managed to get a 1-0 victory. Tristan Sargent in the 2nd minute, also getting the man of the match as well, so he's been pretty happy with that. Then we drew 0-0 with Glasses United. A bit of a shame because Glasses United are generally a team that finished very, very low in the league. Then we played off against Angels at home. We had a 1-0 victory, goal from Alvaro Dominguez Alvarez. And then we played Lions in the Rock Cup 2nd round. And I was supposed to record this match and I forgot to press the record button, so we missed that one. Although it was a bit of a boring, it was a 0-0 draw all the way through, and we ended up winning it on penalties. So it was a little bit boring. 4 penalties scored, and Hulk missed his one, which is a bit of a strange one. You'd expect out of all the guys that Hulk would be the one to score his penalty, wouldn't you? But there you go. Now today we're going to play off against St. Joseph's and Olympique. Looking at the league, St. Joseph's are 3rd place. They've been overtaken now by Lincoln Red Imps, and Olympique is bottom. So I'd imagine an easy win against Olympique, and I'm hoping for a victory here for St. Joseph's as well. As you can see, we're still 10 points at the top of the table, so we're looking pretty, I suppose. We've been top the whole way through the season now, more or less. We've got the 2nd round of the, well, it's not the 2nd round, is it? The quarterfinals, I think, of the Rock Cup. The draw of that comes soon after these last 2 matches. But yeah, let's get straight into the match against St. Joseph's. And here we go, and of course we are the favourites for this one against St. Joseph's. Another victory here. It just helps us pull further and further away. I think we're going to win the league this season with quite a few games left over as well, so it's looking pretty good. Right, team-wise, we're keeping very much the same, really. We've got McDonald in goal. We're playing Cooper out on the left, so we can play both Maguire and Cook from the beginning. Both very good defenders. Matindo comes back into right back. Conroy at defensive midfield with Evans and Sargent just in front of him. 3 fantastic midfielders. Got Montegriffo out on the left. Still not perfect with this attacking midfield position. He prefers down here. But he's pretty much good at this position anyway. Tony Ball on our right, who is worried because he's not getting as much first-team football as he'd hoped at the moment. So we're pushing him out to the right, and Isaac Cortez up front. On the bench, we've got Joseph, the left back. We've got Hulk. We've got Alvarez. We've got Foster. We've got some really good players on the bench as well. They're playing 4-5-1. They're going to try and shut us down, I think, but it's going to be down to us to try and break that team down. Not a lot of goals this season was the one main worry that I've got. Hulk's only scored 6 in 14. Cortez has scored 4 in 8. It's not a lot of goals coming at the moment, and that's the problem. As we were looking down the fixtures, the games we've played so far, there's just not a lot of goals, and that's the thing that worries me. I really want, if we can go into this youth academy, this youth intake this year and get a couple of fantastic strikers, I'd be so happy. But then again, Hulk, Cortez, Michael Luke, they're all really good strikers. They should be scoring goals. They really should. I think we need to have a little bit of a purge in this team in the summer as well. I've got a lot of young players. I have been signing every single young player that comes through the academy, and I think I've signed quite a few dud ones. So I think this summer we'll look to get rid of quite a few of them, I think, just to try and reduce the squad size down. Because at the moment I'm getting a lot of people unhappy that they're not playing. it's because they've just got far too many players. And I think it would be really good as well for Gibraltarian football to release some of these players that they're never going to be good enough to play for our side, but they'd be fantastic for some of the other clubs around the, if not the top division, then of course the second division at least. So I think that could be a good thing for us. Jamie is a player I'm trying to sign, but he doesn't want to join us. He doesn't think that we meet his ambition, which is completely odd considering he's currently playing for St. Joseph's and we had Champions League football this year and we had 10 points at the top of the table. So I can't understand why he doesn't want to join us, but I'm going to continue to try and get a hold of him because he is somebody who I think is Spanish and Gibraltarian. I don't think he's quite spent enough time in Gibraltar to play for the national side, but he can't be too far away, and he is a really good right back as well. Frank Evans, that's a bad back pass, and it's picked up by Medhurst, but a great save by Callum McDonald. And McDonald has been the one saving grace for us so far this season. We've not scored a lot of goals, but he has been our David De Gea. He's been the one saving quite a lot of stuff. And it's a goal kick for Europa Point. Again, we're doing really well in this game. We just don't seem to be able to turn them into goals. That's the only problem. So we're going to continue on. We're going to tell them that we're disappointed with the performance, assertively, and hopefully that's going to fire them up to a point where they should get a goal, in theory. Conroy plays it forward to Cortez. Cortez sees the run of Tony Ball, but great defence there by Franco. Cook heads it forward, and it's headed across by Castle to Westlake, and St. Joseph's take control of the ball. Now, I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm thinking at some point I might want to push up to 2 strikers up front because we are dominating this game, and I'm thinking now being the hour mark. Let's see what happens at this goal kick first. I'm thinking after this we might push to 2 strikers up front just to try and open the game up a little bit, just try and change the formation. Because at the moment they're playing 4-5-1, they're playing very defensive, so there's no reason why we can't attack them as much as we possibly can. Ball goes over the top, Giovanni chasing Maguire down. Maguire gets the ball back to Callum McDonald. Come on, McDonald, what do you got? Big boot forward, big boot forward. It is a big boot forward. It goes straight up to Cortez. It's headed back, but picked up by Tristan Sargent back to Frank Evans. The rock in the middle. These two have been fantastic. Evans and Sargent, centre midfielders. Back to Frank Evans. Sees the run of Tony Ball. Tony Ball nudges it forward through to Cortez, and there is the first goal of the game. Isaac Cortez, 1-0 for Europa Point over St. Joseph's. 5th goal of the season. So we're really struggling for a real out-and-out goal scorer. If we can get that one guy who will put all them chances, them half chances away, then we'd be laughing. Michael Luke, I thought was going to be the player. He's got fantastic finishing, heading, first touch, composure. He's got everything about him. But he just seems to struggle to put the ball in the back of the net when he needs to. He's currently out at the moment, injured with a hamstring strain. He should be back within the next few weeks. Yeah, but let's change that formation, I think. Let's go to this one. And that means bringing off Conroy and bringing on Hulk. Yep, there's only Hulk on the bench, isn't there? So we'll do that. Monty Griffo, are you okay out there? Or should I? I'm going to bring on John Donald for Monty Griffo. I think that'll be it for now. Make those 2 changes. See if that can just break open the defence a little bit more. Because we have got a much stronger team than most of the other ones in the league. So there's no reason really why we shouldn't be taking advantage of that and just attacking, I suppose. We can't afford to go all-out attack. And that's what we're doing here with both Hulk and Cortez on the pitch now. John Donald, Tony Ball, Sargent, Frank Evans. This is probably one of our strongest sides we can have on the pitch at once. Of course, it's just a shame that Michael Luke is not available. I don't know what it is. I really want to just keep playing him because I've just got a feeling that at some point he's going to get that goal and he's just going to turn into an absolute goal machine. But he's just really struggling at the moment. Cortez is exhausted. It's fine. There's only 8 minutes left. And they are on the attack. That's a bit of a worry. Giovanni plays it across to Westlake. Come on, let's get the ball back and bring it out on the counter-attack maybe. Holmes with a shot. Great shot. And, Fitzgerald was offside. I think it came off a crossbar. I don't think McDonald saved that one. Gonzalez Perez with a goal kick. Forward it goes. Headed up by Sargent to Hulk. Hulk does well to get in control of that ball. Tries to run it into space. Sees the run of Sargent. Sargent got caught up, but Evans is now on the ball. Evans with a cheeky little back heel and Cortez with a shot. Tristan Sargent gets on the ball. Takes it past one. Oh, he knocks it back to McDonald. He probably should have gone for a shot there himself. Ball into Trujillo. It's going to come back out to Sargent. Now the pressure by Europa Point. Can they make it 2-0 here towards the end of the game? Frank Evans plays it very, very deep back to Steve Cooper. Cooper back to Maguire. Back to Cooper. It's not very often Cooper plays out on the left-hand side. McDonald up to Hulk. Hulk into Cortez. It's managed to find its way through to Frank Evans. And Frank Evans puts it in the back of the net. And there is the second goal. Frank Evans, third of the season. And that's a good victory here for us against St. Joseph's. Just continuing on our dominance in the league. And this is the real key now, I think, is we need to dominate the league as much as we can. Get to a point where we can become a professional side. Once we do become a professional side, we can sign some players. We don't want to sign too many because we want to try and keep the base of our team Gibraltarian, just to really increase the stock in Gibraltar national football. But we want to buy a few players that are going to help us become stronger in the Champions League. And plus we might be able to sell them on in the future and make a profit hopefully as well. Tristan Sargent now on the ball, brings it forward. I can imagine this is going to finish 2-0 unless there's another goal in it for Europa Point. Evans forward to Cortez. Cortez to Tristan Sargent. Sargent sees the ball over to Tony Ball. Ball with a cross. Hulk, it's saved by Perez. McDonald keeps the ball in. And plays it very, very far back. He's played it to one of their players. He's played it to Gio. Why on earth has he done that for? That's very odd. Medhurst now bring the ball forward. Tackled by McDonald, but there is the full-time whistle. 2-0 victory for Europa Point. What a great win this is for us. I'm happy with that. Very happy. Let's tell them I'm very happy as well. And they're extremely delighted themselves. That's great. So now we are 13 points at the top of the table. Lincoln Red Imps do have a game in hand on us, but we're just forcing our way away from everyone else now. So yeah, it's been pretty good. Let's get into our second match of the episode, obviously against Olympique, and I think this one should be a goal fest, and hopefully, in theory, should I say. And here we go. And as you can see, we are heavy favourites for this one. Olympique are 7-1. We are 1-3. And although they're going ultra defensive, we're going to go a lot more attacking in this game. This is the way we more or less finished the last game. But we're taking Cook off the pitch. We brought Cooper back into the middle to go alongside Maguire. Joseph at left back. Remarino comes in at right back. McDonald still in goal. Tristan Sargent, Frank Evans in the middle. John McDonald out on the left. Tony Ball stays out on the right. And Cortez and Hulk up front. We do have Peachman on the bench as a backup striker if he's needed, but I'm hoping we've got two goal scorers on the pitch. These are the two guys that practically got us promoted. And I'm hoping we can continue on with that attack here. We need to get a lot of goals. We need to really just start opening the floodgates and just pushing it a little bit because we're really struggling. I don't know what it is. We seem to win a lot of our games, but we don't seem to score a lot of goals, and I would really like to change that. I would like to be knocking in 4 or 5 goals a game where we can. And there is going to be a highlight here 2 minutes into the game. Tony Ball plays it across to Frank Evans. Evans, one of the best passers we've got in the team. Can he see the pass? He does, over the top to Cortez. It's a great ball. Cortez with a cross in. There's Hulk. There's the 1-0 after 2 minutes. And hopefully the floodgates are going to open in this one. Hulk with his 7th goal of the season. And another player that hopefully eventually will become a Gibraltarian national, be able to play for the national side, because I think he would be a great asset for the national side. There's Cortez with a cross. Hulk in the middle to volley it home into the back of the net. Great goal for Hulk. Let's see what else can go forward then. Gonna make it 2-0 before 10 minutes? Can we do it? No, we can't. But I still think we are going to score more goals than this. We've got a corner now. Joseph to knock the ball in. It's headed clear by Santos, but unfairly, says the referee, and Europa Point have a penalty in the 13th minute. And it looks like I'm going to get my wish here. It looks like the floodgates are going to open. I'm still yet to see a penalty saved in this career mode, so I'm assuming today's going to be the time because I'm very confident it's going to go in. That's the way my luck normally goes. It looks like, is that Cortez to take it? It is Cortez to take it. And no, he puts it right in the top left-hand corner. 2-0 to Europa Point after just 14 minutes. And I could be getting my wish here, the floodgates opening. I think if they do open, it's going to put both guys in a lot more form to go forward and score some more goals. Just look how packed that away end is. So what we need to do is, I think the more we get into the Champions League, we start to build more of a fan base. And we can start to really improve our attendances as well. I want to try and make sure that every time we have a home game, we sell it out and things like that. Hulk to Cortez, and we're on the attack again. Cortez plays it out wide to McDonald. McDonald on the volley, sees Hulk's run. And could Hulk be getting a second here to say? Oh, he's cut it in, not very well. It's not very good at all. Joseph does get on the ball now, though. Joseph looking for a cutting ball here. Plays it across to Sargent. Sargent does see a cutting ball to Frank Evans. Evans plays it out wide. It's picked up by Tony Ball. There's the cross. It's going to go out for a corner. And Europa Point are really on form here. This formation change seems to have taken Olympique by surprise. And it was worth doing because they're playing so defensive. They're bottom of the league. We could just really score as many goals as we want in this one. Or hopefully, anyway. As they are on the counter-attack, but Gonzalez Guerrero, if that's your fastest running speed, mate, then you are useless. McDonald on the ball, looking for a big goal kick. So 9 shots in the first 20 minutes. And we're 2-0 up. So I'm just not a big fan of having 9 shots, but only 3 on target. I don't think that's a really good conversion rate, if you ask me. We are on the attack again. It's Tony Ball. Plays the ball in. That looked like a hand to me. I'm not sure. It looked like a bit of a handball, but we're still in the control of the match. Matt Maguire has the ball. It's coming on the left-hand side. Very slowly coming on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Joseph. Joseph into Frank Evans. Frank Evans, can he see the run of ball on the outside? Doesn't need to because he finds Isaac Cortez, who doesn't find the back of the net. It's going to go out for another corner. Santos, who gave away the penalty, sends out for a corner. Cortez is free there on the edge of the area, but now he's backed himself into a bit more of a traffic jam. Ball comes back out here to Joseph. Can he play it back in? Or is he going to play it across here to Sargent in the middle? Is that Sargent in the middle? Go on, Joseph, play the ball. Play the pass. Oh, they're all waiting for it. He's played it in himself. It's gone to Maguire. Maguire needs a bit of support out here on the left-hand side. And it comes to nothing. How are we only still 2-0 up? I can't understand it. I thought it would be much more than 2-0 up by now. As it looks like Olympique come forward. Gonzalez Guerrero with the ball across to Ruiz. Up to Duarte. It's cut out by Frank Evans. Great work by Evans. Up to Tony Ball. Back to Remarino. Forward to Tony Ball into Frank Evans. Frank Evans to Tristan Sargent. Now can Sargent see a cutting ball here? Cortez making a great run inside. Sargent sees Hulk. Hulk, oh fantastic ball out to Tony Ball. Can Ball get it in the middle? He does. It's McDonald, it's headed, it's gone in. John McDonald with a headed goal. Makes it 3-0, his 5th goal of the season. Doing great from that attacking wide spot. John McDonald is a great young player here in Gibraltarian football. And I think he's going to help us go to the next level. We didn't make many summer signings. It was himself, it was Conroy. 2 very, very good signings. And I think Matt Maguire's struggling. We might have to take him off at half-time. Might bring on Gonzalez, Aloin Gonzalez. He's very unhappy. He's not been playing a lot recently. Like I said, there's a lot of competition for those defensive spots at the moment. And Gonzalez is very unhappy that he's not playing. So I think I might bring him on. There's no reason not to. We're 3-0 up. There's no risk of losing now. And it might just, at least he's very, very poor. So it might just make him a bit happier, hopefully. Because he's not a fantastic... I don't think he's as good as some of the other players we've got at the moment, but he has got very good potential, I believe. But I just don't know how far these guys are going to go in their potential, because we're only part-time. They don't get the chance to... train every single day like a full-team club would. So, yeah, they're struggling a little bit. I think I might take off one of the strikers just to protect them. I'm going to bring on Peachman, I think. So who can we bring on? We're going to bring on Peachman, but who for? I'm going to say Cortez, because Hulk's morale is only okay. So I'd like to see Cortez maybe get another couple of goals and boost his morale a bit higher. So Jack Peachman comes on. A good backup striker. Doesn't often get a lot of chance because obviously we have Michael Luke, who's currently injured. So Peachman's taking the opportunity while he can. Striker-wise, we're a bit weak actually in this entire squad. We've got Cortez, we've got Hulk, we've got Michael Luke, we've got Peachman. I think we've only got one other striker who plays in the under-21. So we've got 5 strikers across our main squad, under-21s and our reserves. So that's a bit of a surprising one, that I think. But who knows? We're going to get our youth intake very, very soon. And I'm so looking forward to it. It's my favourite day of the year on this game. Let's see what we get this year. A shame who we got last year. Our main player was a guy called Will Stevens, but he's been injured for the majority of the first season. He was a very, very good player, and I'm hoping he can get over his injury problems and we can start to use him a bit more. There's the 3-0 victory against Olympique. It's a bit of a... Well, I'm happy with the victory, but at the same time, it's a bit of a shame because I would have liked to have got a few more goals in the second half. League-wise, we're sitting pretty. We are 10 points at the top of the table, still over Lincoln Red Imps. So that's pretty good. Olympique is still rock solid bottom. Looks like they're going to get relegated anyway. Let's have a quick look at the schedule. Now, I don't know when I'm going to do the next episode. I'm going to think it's around about this area here, only because I'm going to come back to the next episode as soon as we get the youth intake. So as soon as the youth intake comes through, I'll hit record again and we'll do another couple of games and do the youth intake. So yeah, I look forward to that. I really look forward to that. It's my favourite time of the year. Excellent. Right, I think that's about all I've got to tell you. So of course, if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It does help me out a lot. And of course, subscribe for a lot more of this Gibraltar challenge and some more Football Manager stuff, which I plan on doing. It may have already started by the time I upload this because I've recorded so many episodes of this in the last couple of days that I've got quite a backlog. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that. There's quite a lot more stuff to come. And of course, there's other games and bits and bobs that I do. So if you do enjoy the way that I do them, then please check that out as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you all next time.